Welcome to In the Arena of Success. This podcast is where courage meets opportunity. I'm your host, Henry Beeman, and every week we step into the arena with visionaries, innovators, and trailblazers from all walks of life. We dive deep into the heart of success and uncover the strategies, the struggles, and the unwavering spirit of those who overcome. The real question is, are you willing to step into the arena and fight for your success? Because in this arena, success is not a destination, it's a journey, and it starts right now. All right, so welcome back to the In the Arena of Success podcast. Today I have with me Miss Moneisha Orange, and you're going to love her story. She's someone who has fought and scrapped her way through life, making it happen consistently, and now serves as a financial advisor and financial strategist with GFI, and we're so excited to have you on today.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
First thing that we're going to do is start with our lightning round questions, and the first of which is, what is your hometown and what is it
hmm
known for?
so I am from a small country town called Georgetown, South Carolina. We are on the East Coast and we are known, the history is rice. We had a lot of rice crops here. We are known for soul food, southern food, barbecue, things like that. So it's a good place to be. Very beautiful. So yes.
Absolutely. So, I don't know if you knew it or not, but I am also from South Carolina. I grew up in a small town called
What?
Walhalla, South Carolina, in the far northwest corner of the state.
Never heard of that place. That is,
That's
wow,
right.
that's crazy.
It's one of those places that most people have never heard of. But the
Yeah, so
barbecue and the food down near Georgetown, the seafood, oh my gosh, it is
yes,
incredible. Some of the best
amazing.
food that you'll
Yeah,
find. So
yeah.
the next of our questions is, do you prefer cats or dogs?
Ah, dogs all day. Dogs all day.
Okay. And what's currently on your reading list?
Um, I am currently reading How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So yes,
All right, that's a great book. That's a good throwback classic. What kind
yes,
of music do you
always.
enjoy listening to?
I enjoy, of course, like the old school R&B, like the one that came from like the 80s and the 90s. And I love the Christian contemporary music that I'm hearing now. So that's what I'm kind of into now.
Okay. And who's your biggest inspiration in life?
I believe my biggest inspiration in life would be my grandmother, Linda Jones. She's the first person in the family who became an entrepreneur. She built her business over the course of 20 years. She became a millionaire. She's very humble about her achievements, but I know I get a lot of my traits from her. So yes.
That's an incredible story of a woman well before her time, persevering and pioneering.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
really neat.
100%. Yeah.
So, what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Let me think. I gotta think on that one because I've been given a whole lot. I'm trying to think the best one. Um, I think the best advice I have been given is to not worry about tomorrow. I think a lot of times we worry about the next day to the point that we can't even stay present in the right now. So that's what I would say.
Right. That's really important. Absolutely. So, changing gears just a little bit, we're going to dig into your story. Where in your
Mm.
mind does your story start?
Oh my God. My story started, I would say, 2018. That is when I first tried the entrepreneurship aspect, and I was trying to do so many different things. I was trying to teach dance, classes. I was trying to sell hair. I was trying to come up with a clothing line, but I believe I was doing it from the wrong heart posture. And I believe that that's why it didn't work out. And I also believe that I was not focused on one thing at a time. And so I failed. And I thought, I was like, well, maybe this is not for me. Maybe I'm supposed to work. And so that's where it started. Yeah.
Okay. And did you always have that entrepreneurial spirit as a kid, or did you just kind of grow into that and decide, okay, I'm going to give this a go?
Um, as a kid, I knew wanted to be a dancer because I love to dance. My mom had me in dance at a very young age, and I always knew that I wanted to create. However, I grew up in a small town where they don't pour into certain gifts. It is very like, okay, you go to school, go to college, find you a job, and that is what I was used to seeing. So during that time, you know, I just wasn't how can I say this? I wasn't kind of poured into during that time, or just even as a child to just start my own business, to be honest.
Right. And so you decide in the 2018 time frame, I'm going to try to branch out and create
Mhm.
something for myself, and it fails and you kind of fall flat on your face. What were your steps for getting back up again?
My steps was okay. I'm gonna try this again, but just not right now. I'm gonna try this again, but just not right now. I have to do some self development. I have to do some mindset shifts because I think a lot of times I know for me, I think I try to do things, well, I was trying to do things from a place of trauma, from a place of brokenness, from a place of a scarcity mindset, just because of the things that I have seen growing up. And my parents were great parents. Everyone was great, but you have things that are just passed down generation after generation. So I had to start within. It's like a inside out job. That's what I would
Oh,
say.
that's really powerful. And I think there's so many young folks out there today thinking about starting a business, thinking about doing something, or maybe they already have and they're in that spot where you were, where I started something and it absolutely failed, and they think it's them, it's their fault, they can't do it, they can't cut it. But the truth is, in some ways, it is you. It's your time to stop and take a look in and say, all right, let's work on me. Let's grow me. Let's develop me. Let's learn the skills that I need to have. And it's not about a college degree, it's not about some certificate to hang on the wall. It's
Mm-hmm.
that self education and learning about yourself. What were some of the things that you discovered in that process that you found most useful?
It was 100% my faith because getting into my faith allow me to heal. We cannot do things from a broken place because if we do that, when we do, when we put in the action, we are going to bear the fruit from what's inside of us. And so we have to be very mindful of when we do the thing, where is that coming from the inside? That's what I would say.
Absolutely. That's really key. And so now let's move forward, and you have decided you're going to pick yourself up. I'm going to do this, just not right now. And you go out and get a job as a
Mhm.
medical assistant at the time, correct?
That's right, 100%. Yep. Yep. I
So going
went.
from entrepreneurship to kind of the bottom of the rung in healthcare to start working your way up again.
Hmm. Yep. 100%. Yeah, so I actually So my son's dad passed away in 2019 in South Carolina, and then I moved to Georgia, and I was like, okay, I'm about to just start over. And then when I moved to Georgia, I was like, well, I'm gonna just go to school for a medical assistant, and just get a job. And then I wind up taking so long to finish that program just because I got pregnant. And then but I did finish. I wind up getting a job. But then the a year around a year after I had got that job, that's when someone from the financial industry have recruited me into the business. And I was like, okay, this is it. This is that chance again. And so I started off part-time, and then it was around May of 2023 when just cold turkey, I said I'm going in full entrepreneurship. And it was a
Wow.
scary ride. It was 100% scary ride, but I did it.
Wow, that's incredible. And I want to go back to that time as a medical assistant where you're doing essentially menial tasks in the healthcare world. Talk about the humility to be a strong woman who's had her own business, watched it fall on her face, and taken a big dose of humility to start with something. And I think that's really powerful because a lot of folks get in their own way at that point. They get the mindset of, I'm better than this, I can't do something, but then they end up not making ends meet. And that's a really incredible part of your story of saying, look, I'm going to take something and I'm going to run with it. I'm going to be the best at it that I can, even if it's not where I want to be.
hmm So, I loved healthcare because I loved helping people. I always have loved helping people. I always loved serving people. The only reason the only reason why it strayed, like I just kind of got disattached from it, is because of the leadership. When I started self development, into me just being in the financial space, I realized that leadership is so huge, and um that's what kind of I said, okay, I'm not gonna be able to work a
Mm,
job with poor leadership, because I know that leadership is not something that you just boss people around. You are the um you should be a what's the saying? Do a first leader, and then
mm,
you will see your people do the things that they should be doing. So I loved healthcare. I love helping people, but poor leadership is what I did not like.
wow. What were some of those things that you were going through as you are developing yourself? You're working on that inner self and growth. I'm guessing the way it sounds like that kind of opened your eyes to some things that you hadn't been seeing or noticing before.
100%. It opened my eyes to just management altogether. It opened my eyes to say, well, they will probably never see my true value, and I had to be okay with that, and I also had to be okay with leaving and say, well, I cannot make them see my value. I have to kind of show up for myself.
Absolutely. So tell me about getting recruited into the financial industry from the healthcare world.
Yes, Don Brown, my mentor, he's my coach. Him and his wife Jasmine, they recruited me off of LinkedIn. I didn't know what I was getting into. I did not understand it. I was like, I don't know what this is, but all I saw was entrepreneur. I'm like, okay, I can do this. Didn't know anything about finances. Came from a scarcity mindset, but I said, okay. I'm gonna do this. This is it. Because the whole time before that, I was like, what's next? What is next? I don't know
Mhm.
what I'm gonna do, but what is next? And then that came. I'm like, okay, this is the shot right here.
Wow. And I think that's something that's really important for our viewers to realize and to see is you may not be where you want to be right now. You may be
Mhm.
wondering what's next. You may be, in not the most glamorous job that you could be in or those kinds of things, but that opportunity is lurking just around the corner. You just have to be open to receive it and to find it. So as you're going through this journey, you're meeting and facing giants, if you will. I think David and Goliath, you're battling the giants. Was there a time when you thought, I've got to throw in the white towel, I can't do this?
Yes, I was ready to throw in the towel a lot just because you face so many challenges and like I said before, the hardest thing to change is just yourself because once you start to change one aspect of your life, you need to change who you are all around. So it's gonna force you to become a better mom, a better business woman, a better daughter, a better spouse, a better family
Mhm.
member, a better sister. It's going to cause you to be all of those things. And the hardest thing to do is to become better. And especially when you come from an environment who don't think that you can be better, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of people in life that have been told they can't be better. What is your story to them?
My story, my story to that is it's not you, it's them. They haven't healed. They haven't faced their own giants. And so when they see you trying to face your giants, it kind of puts a mirror up to them and say, well, what have I done? So it is always people putting their own limitations onto you. And so don't even follow it up. Don't even get upset. Just focus on you and just stick to your journey and your self development. 1000%. Mhm.
Absolutely. Incredible. So you've proven that stigma wrong. The naysayers that have said you can't make it. Here you are, you've made it. A successful woman running your own business full time, not working for anybody else. You're your own boss,
Mhm.
have nearly 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. What does it feel
Mhm.
like to have made that transition to the other side?
Um, so, just to be very transparent, I still have so much more work to do. I'm not gonna be a person to say that I have made it just yet, but the person that I have become in the process, I wouldn't trade it for the world. And yes, I have had success, but I don't even feel like I have half of what God has had what God has for me just yet. Um, so I still have a long way to go, and I'm never a person who is going to feel like I have arrived. Like I know I have so much more growing to do just because of where I came from. And right now I still have doubtful people around me, but that's okay. So that's what I would say.
That's really, really good. Uh, you never find an opportunity to stop learning and to stop growing and keeping that
Mhm.
mindset of growth and I can do more, I will do more. And I loved how you tied in the people around you. There are the naysayers, there are the doubters, and everybody's going to face those. But let's talk for a minute about the importance of people that you surround yourself with, and I know you brought up your
Mhm.
mentors a minute ago. Who are the people that are surrounding you with that positive influence, and how did you find that influence in your life?
Um, Definitely the mentorship that I received from GFI. GFI pours into us so much, and I've been able to meet so many different people, get so many different numbers to where if I'm feeling stagnant in the business or I just can't figure something out, they are there. And you have to surround yourself with people who see the future you. Um my mentor, Matthew Welsh, the leader, he always says, used to bees don't make no more honey. So if you are hanging around with people who are just talking about wait, excuse me, what you used to do and not where you're going, then you need to change some things. Not saying that you have to stop talking to those people, not saying that you have to be rude or mean, but you have to self-evaluate and say, who do I need around me for where I am going? So that's what I would say.
Oh, absolutely. I like that. Who do I need around me for where I'm going? That's
Mm-hmm.
powerful.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
And I
Yep.
think that applies to so many different areas of your life, your income, your relationships with your spouse, with other people, your faith. If you're
Yeah.
surrounding yourself by woe is me people, or I can't do it
Mm-hmm.
kind of people, I don't have what it takes kind of people,
Mm-hmm.
guess what? We all face
Mm-hmm.
those internal demons, but a lot of it has to do with who we have around us.
Iron has to sharpen the other iron.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing now and what your financial business looks like and how folks can find you if they need your services.
Yeah, 1000%. So you can always find me on LinkedIn, Moneisha Orange. You can find me on Instagram, but I believe it is Kingdom Source Entrepreneur. And so those are my two main places. You can find me on TikTok at Powerful Source Mo.
Incredible story, and I've really enjoyed getting to talk with you. Thanks so much for coming on. Did you like what you heard on today's podcast? If so, do me a quick favor and hit the like and subscribe button. That way you'll stay updated on all the new content that I publish. Also, visit me on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and tell me what you want to hear more about. I love to hear your comments. That way I can continue to produce content that you love and enjoy. You can also check out my website, henrybeeman.com.